Good morning, everyone. I'm Anthony with liveintheend.com, and thanks for being here. So, I'm going to talk about SPs, but really it's more about you, because people, I've gotten a lot of questions, especially from some clients and stuff, about how to get their SP to conform. And the challenge with that is that we think that we can change our SP. We can't change the current SP that's in your film roll or that's in your state that you are occupying right now. You can't change that person. That is a state that is fixed. It's not going anywhere. So remember, creation is already done. And so because creation is already done, what is created out there, you can't change it. So for you to get the idea that you can change your SP to conform to what you want is a misnomer. Okay? So here's the thing. You have to realize that what you're seeing out there in the 3D is merely a reflection, or a shadow, if you will, of your assumptions, perceptions, conceptions, and beliefs of the people, places, things, and circumstances in your world. That's what's happening there. Okay? And if let's take the example of a shadow. All right? So if you're standing on a sidewalk and you have your shadow there, you're looking down at your shadow, that shadow is not going to change until you change. So if you're in a certain position, that shadow is going to reflect or show that position that you're standing in. Okay? And it's not going to react, and it's not going to change until you change. It's the same thing with the reflection in a mirror. Okay? That person that's looking at you back is simply a reflection of who you are. That's it. And so what you're getting back from everything that's in the 3D, from absolutely everything that's in the 3D, is nothing but a reflection or a shadow of who you are being, of what your perceptions, conceptions, and assumptions are of you and the people, places, things, and circumstances in your reality, in your 3D world. All right? And you're the only one that has the power to choose or to change that reflection or shadow. Okay? Your SP has no power whatsoever in the whole scheme of things. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nine. Nothing. They've had nothing. All right? But we continue to want to give them power. You know, I always hear this. They're not that type of person. Well, no, because you just said they're not that type of person. If you would simply shift to the state for which that person is that type of person, then you would see that person change as well. Okay? Remember, you're the operant power here. You're the only one that has any power in your reality. Everybody else has their own reality. You're the only one that has power in your reality. No one else does. They can't make choices for you. They can't change things for you in your reality. It's only you. Everything that's happening in your reality is because of you. It's because of what you're thinking. It's because of what you're saying. It's because of the actions that you're taking. That's it. That's all. It's everything. So stop with the notion that you can get your SP to conform, because here's the challenge. When you every time you go to one of those channels, those YouTube channels that tell you that, you know, get your SP to conform in 24 hours, what they're making the assumption to you, or they're getting you to believe that you can change that person, that you can make changes to how that person is showing up in your reality without changing you. Ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. You need to be the change agent in the whole scheme of things. So I'm gonna park this way because the sun's in my face over there. You're the one who has to change, okay? And so here's how you do it. Because I get this a lot. I get a lot of people who say, okay, Anthony, you keep saying that they're the change agent, and that I'm the change agent, and that I'm the one who needs to change. Yes, but I want my SP is not showing up the way I want them to show up. Okay? So here's how you do it. Remember, there are an infinite amount of versions of you and an infinite amount of versions of your SP. Okay? And that SP is going to show up in however you want to look at it. A film roll, a state, a parallel universe, a script, however you want to make it resonate with you, that's how they're going to show up. Okay? So in other words, for me, I like to mix states and film rolls together, because once I make a choice on a script, that script right there is set in stone. It ain't changing. Okay? The only way for me to get that script to change is for me to change the whole film roll. I need to go from one state to another state. Okay? I need to leave that old man behind. And I mean everything behind of that old man. I'm changing movie theaters. Okay? I'm not just changing my seat on how I'm looking at the current film. I'm changing the whole film. I'm moving to a different movie theater. You get me? You feel me? Okay? Neville Goddard always said, you must die to the old man. But see, our challenge is we always want to bring something with us. You know, well, you know, we used to be this way, or we used to have this, or I really like the thing about this, you know, in this individual and stuff. And so you're still trying to drag along portions of what was going on. Okay? You're trying to hold on to part of this state while you're trying to move to another state. I like this and stuff, but I want my SP to be like this. Okay? Stop that. Stop. Okay? I have more clients now that have gotten their SP by focusing on themselves at the least 95%, as opposed to those people that continue they tell me that they're focusing on themselves, but every time I get a message from them, or every time I get on a coaching call with them, it's always about the SP. Always. So if you're doing that with me, who's your coach, who's telling you, stop focusing on the SP and focus on yourself and watch what happens with the SP, then you would get what you want. But that's not what happens. You think you need to change them because you keep hearing about what you focus on is what's going to happen. Okay? It ain't that simple. It ain't that simple, and it's not that difficult. Okay? Those are fun cliches, you know. I hear it all the time from coaches who are I mean, even I did it. I've evolved, but even I did it in the beginning. You know, I would say, you know, what you focus on persists, and so on and so forth. And to an extent, that's true. All right? But if you're paying attention to trying to get your SP, then what you're doing is trying to get your SP, and you will do nothing but get more of that trying to get your SP. Okay? You need to decide who you are going to be. Who would I be in this relationship with this SP? All right? Would I be the you know, find out what your day would be like. You know, how would your day be? You know, what would you be doing and stuff? It's all focused on you. The focus is on you. It's not on the SP, folks. Trust me. It has nothing to do with the SP. It has everything to do with you. Okay, I have a client that I'm not going to name who it is or anything. I'm not even going to give any clues as to, you know, is it a male or female. But I have a client that had an SP and things went south. And then seemed like the SP was coming back. And every time this client focused on themselves, the SP would turn hot again. But every time the SP would turn hot, in other words, going in their direction, they stopped focusing on themselves and they put all their attention in the SP. And what happened? Cold as freaking ice. Okay? Things got ugly. It happened every single time. Then this SP, and then this client found another SP by focusing on themselves, and the whole world was opening up to them. Found this SP, and things seemed like they were going great, and then this individual started focusing on nothing but the SP. Every message I got was about the SP, and things fell apart with that one. Then they decided that they were going to focus on themselves again, and guess what happened? Not only did the current SP start to come back around, but now all of a sudden there are thoughts and stuff of the old SP that just won't go away. Now, we've all heard about thought transmission, okay? If you are in a situation where you haven't thought about somebody in a long time, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're in your mind and stuff, that individual is thinking about you, okay? If it's warm and fuzzy feelings, then guess what? That individual is thinking about you in warmer, fuzzy feelings. Okay? I tell everybody, when you start changing who you are, when you start changing states, when you start seeing yourself as the person that you want to be, what happens first is strangers start paying attention to you. all of a sudden they're smiling at you, they're saying hi, and they're saying how pretty you are, how handsome you are, or something like that. Then you start getting old girlfriends and boyfriends popping up out of nowhere. Then finally the SP starts showing up. And the only challenge is when that happens, we get all excited, we get all happy and joyous and stuff, and we turn all of our attention into getting that SP. Wrong, folks. I'm telling you. I always tell all of my clients, at first, it's 100% you. Forget the SP. Drop the SP like a hot rock. If you would simply do that, then the SP will come clawing back to you, begging you to take him back. But you don't. You don't. You don't trust the process. And that's where everybody's faltering. I don't go below. I tell people, don't you dare go below 95% of what you're trying to accomplish. You stay at 95% on self-concept on yourself. And 5%, 1 or 2 sentences about your SP. That's it. Because if you follow what 1.5 million of these YouTubers are saying out there, you know, do this and your SP will come back, and have your SP conform to this, or get a text message, you know, tomorrow from your SP, or as soon as this video is over, your SP is going to come flying back to you. They're going to be so obsessed with you, it's ridiculous and stuff. If you do that stuff, you may get a date with your SP, or you may get a text message from your SP, but it's going to fall apart right in front of your face. Because you haven't changed. They're going to feel and sense that you're the same person that they dumped. And so why in the world would they want to go back to that again? They'll turn around and leave and hit their forehead and say, what made me think, here we go, what made me think that they had changed? That's what's going through their mind. And if you haven't changed, then you're going to just continue on this roller coaster of ups and downs and hot and cold. Folks, you are the change agent here. It's your way or the highway. It's your world. Everybody else is simply living in it. You're the only one that has any choice in the whole scheme of things. The only one. There's nobody else that has any choice. It's simply you. And once you figure that out, and once you grasp onto it, and you put all the focus on yourself, the world is your oyster. You'll have to beat off people. I'm telling you from experience. Focus 100% on yourself at first, and don't ever go below 95%, and watch what happens. Thanks for listening, folks, and remember, you've got this.